going to press record. Okay, cool. So we are recording. So I'm just very happy to have you guys join me for this quick, it's a powerful 30-minute masterclass where my intention is just to give you some really focused tips on how to really move your business online and to have a strong presence and feel confident with being online, knowing that you have the knowledge and the base of what you need to do. And again, I'll reiterate, it's really not that difficult and it's not hard. You just need to be organized and you need to have a platform and you need to have a system for creating content. That's really all it boils down to. So in this quick masterclass, that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to give you tips, and I also wanted to introduce you to the concept of, if you want to take a deeper dive, the workshops that I'm giving, if you find this really helpful for you and your business, the next step are the workshops that I'm giving that start on, when do they start? On October the 28th. And they're 2-hour workshops, and we take a much deeper dive into setting up your Facebook business page platform. And then the next 2-hour workshop is how to create content for your Facebook platform. And if you're on other social media platforms like Instagram or LinkedIn, you can absolutely use the same content that you've created across all your platforms. So they're both really amazing in-depth workshops that will get you going straight away online, get your visibility up and online, your platforms in order, and your content creation going. So I'll talk a little bit about them afterwards. So let me jump straight in. And again, it's so amazing to have you guys. And Martha, welcome. It's so cool to have you join me again. So I'm looking at my notes, and what I wanted to do was jump right in and give you a couple of tips and steps that you can think about right now. I don't know where each of you are on your social media platforms, but I'm presuming you've got some kind of a presence. You've got a Facebook page, whether it's a business page or a personal profile. So first, I just wanted to let you know that it's really important to understand what's happened with Facebook in the last 2 years with their algorithm, right? How much it's changed and how much it has impacted our business page and our online presence. So what Facebook wanted to do, and it's really important, I'm reading this for a purpose. I'm not, because it's going to help you understand how to create content that is going to be engaging and compelling and is going to push your content out organically into the newsfeed, because this is what Facebook is looking for and how they have changed their algorithm. So, we remember Mark Zuckerberg, our great friend Mark, Zuck as they call him. He put together this initiative that he wanted to, and I'm going to read it so that it's important we get it clear and we clarify, to make content more meaningful for the user and improve the quality of the experience on Facebook. Okay, that's his modus operandi. Prioritizing valuable interactions with family and friends over interactions with brands, i.e. with companies, right? New outlets or political sources, and the algorithm reduced what users saw of products and pages and promotions. And so now in 2020, Facebook's focus is on making the platform transparent to its users. And as a result of their user surveys, Facebook wants to give users more control over what they see. So how does this impact us? It does impact us a lot, because you will find, and I don't know how much experience you've had on your Facebook business page, but you will see that we don't get a lot of engagement on our Facebook business pages anymore, right? Because it's not getting pushed out into the newsfeed unless you do Facebook advertising and you invest in spending dollars in Facebook advertising, and then you can get that jump start. But if you don't, you don't get much traction. The organic reach is up to it's only 1%. So what you need to understand is you need to bring in the concept of working your Facebook personal page in conjunction with your Facebook business page. This is really, really important to understand. And it's changed the whole landscape of Facebook. So Facebook, because Facebook is prioritizing its connections with human beings, with family and colleagues, which is what we have on our Facebook personal pages, when you post on your Facebook personal page, lots more people see that post in your newsfeed, in their newsfeed, right? When you post on your personal page. So what I do is I combine, I make my post, when I post on my business page, first of all, let me take another step back, is that I try not to post about business, strictly business. And that's what we'll get into when I talk more about how to create content that is more compelling for people and that will be attractive for Facebook to push out to the newsfeed. So it mustn't just be about business, okay? And I speak about this so often. This is the most important thing. It's got to be around telling stories about your business, about your personal experiences, your life experiences. The more transparent, and this word is really important and it comes up all the time with Facebook, the more transparent you are about who you are, how you do business, who your clients are, the more vulnerable you become to opening up to people to really get to know you, the more Facebook loves those kind of posts because you're connecting, right? It's creating this connection and relationship with your audience. So I try not to make my posts on my business page really businessy. In other words, don't post, I have a product that's $7.99 and it's going on sale for $5.99, or I have a course that is this week running on a special. Try and tell a story about the course, about how this will help you, or about an experience you've had with the client, and say, by the way, if you want to experience the same results, please contact me. I'm offering a course of this and this and this, so that Facebook algorithm reads your post and it gets to see that it's not salesy, but it's trying to build a relationship and a friendship with that person. And so you then get a big check mark against your business page name, and they say, okay, this person's okay, this information is good, and it's transparent to the user, I'm going to send it out. And the same goes for your personal page as well. When you are posting on your personal page, make use of those contacts. So you can also post very personal stuff. Your level of comfort must be okay with you, You can post personal stuff, not so personal stuff, but keep the content going. And then in between your posts that you're posting to your family, your colleagues, your inner circle, as I call them, on your Facebook personal page, post stories about your business, right? And make sure that people understand who you are and what you do and how they can come into a business relationship with you. That's really important. Now, you'll see once you start doing that you get a lot of reach on your Facebook personal page. I get more reach on my personal page than I do on my business page. But again, in the workshops that I do, I take you through and I help you understand what the difference is between your Facebook business page and your personal page. In other words, what one can do and the other can't do, and vice versa. So the pros and cons of each one and why you have to be on each of them. For example, on your business page is like it's like a website business window, shop window for you, and there's a place there where people can come, your clients or customers, and they can write reviews about your business, which is very, very helpful when people come to your business page. Now, that doesn't happen on your Facebook personal page. There's no place for people to review your business because it's based on personal contacts, and it's not supposed to be a business platform. The other thing is that you can only advertise. If you want to start doing Facebook advertising and boosting your posts and targeting a specific audience to attract them to your business page, you can only do that through Facebook business page. You can't do that on your personal page. The other thing is to get insights and statistics about who's following you on your business page, when they're online, what is the demographic breakdown, where are they geographically, are they in the United States, where are they coming from? And you can't do that from your business personal profile. Those are just a few of the differences. There are other differences that are worthwhile knowing that, again, I go through in my workshop. But this is a really good tip, and I'm going to share my screen quickly and help you understand, again, what you can do right away to augment both your pages. Okay, so let me share my screen for 5 minutes with you, and I want to show you my business page so that you can visualize it and you can understand what I'm saying. Can you all see my screen? All right, cool. So I'm going to just pull this down. Oops. I'm going to get into my Facebook page right here. And I'm just going to show you, this is my personal page. I know that a lot of you are following me, so you might be familiar with what it looks like, right? But I want to just show you how important it is. And I've got 1,200 friends on my Facebook personal page. Many people have got more contacts, some have got less contacts. It's very important to start building up those contacts, and I reach out to, you know, at least 5 or 10 people depending on my time, a week, a month. I try and increase that, but it's not just to increase those people for the sake of increasing them. I really do my due diligence, and I really look at the people that I want to invite to be my friends. And it might be because we've got common interests. It might be because they could be a potential client of mine. I'm really interested in the business that they have. So I'm not just doing it randomly. There's a lot of thought going into who I invite to become a friend, because I want that to be a qualified circle of friends for me. It's really an extended circle of contacts and networking for me. So I'm very cognizant of who I invite to become my friend. But this is what I wanted to show you and it's a really important feature that's overlooked so many times and so often by people who are on Facebook and are using Facebook as a business platform. When you go into your personal profile, you can see here that there's a whole section of an intro, correct? And most people do not fill this in, which is really a great pity, because many people come to your personal page and they immediately want to see who you are and what you're up to, like what are you doing and what is your business. And the first thing that you must do is when you go into edit the section, is that you should link your personal profile to your business page. So please write this down. If you've got a notebook, I did say to bring a notebook. Please write this down, and you can do this. It's so easy to do right away. You just go into your edit profile here and you link your business page to your personal profile, so that when people come, they can click straight away into your business page. Can you see when I mouse over this? I'm CEO and founder at Yasmin Bendrell, Why Marketing Matters. You can see that the page comes up immediately. And people can hop over there and you can immediately see whether you've liked the page or not. And if you haven't, you can hop over immediately with one click of your mouse, and voila, you are at my business page, or in your particular case, your Facebook business page. So it's really important. I cannot tell you how many people and how many likes I've gotten from my personal page over to my business page, just because I have put this link there. So once you are on your business page, again, just going back to your personal page, just fill in as much information as you can in that info section. It's really, really important. So now I'm on my business. Did you have any questions? So now I'm in my business page. I am going to show you again another tip, which is also to augment your about section here in your business page. And now again, I have to say, I'm so astounded that people don't do this. First of all, get into your about section, make sure that you have an address there so that people know where you are, and also fill in the exact details of what you do and a description of your business, either your products and your services, and give links. Really important. Give your links to your website if you have a website. Give links to your other social media platforms like Instagram or LinkedIn, and any other information that you want to provide here. Your phone number that people can connect with you, your business hours that you want, some keywords that you'd want to put in here with your business description is really, really important. Again, I cannot tell you how many people look at this section and they want some more information, and when they go to the about section, it just hasn't been filled in. So it's just frustrating, and it doesn't look professional, and also you're just missing those potential clients that could be coming to you because they cannot get more information about what you do. So I hope that that's clear. Now, the third really important tip that I wanted to get to you about Facebook is your cover photo. This is really, really important. So I'm still sharing my screen and you can still see. This is what's called, where my mouse is right now, is what's called your cover photo, okay? And this takes up a really generous real estate of your whole Facebook page, and it's really, really important. But and it's easy to produce this graphic in a graphic editor like a photo editor or Canva, which I'll talk about. But what many people don't know, and this is a huge tip, 99% have used, if you just Google what the image size is for your cover photo, you will get the standard image size, but that is going to be cut off when people access your Facebook business page from a mobile device. And this is so important because 99.9% today of people are looking at Facebook on their mobile device. So if your cover image is cut off, they're not going to see it, right? They're not going to see the words, and it's a very prime piece of real estate to tell people what you do, to give them a call to action, and to describe your business or what services you provide. So I took a screenshot for you, and I'm going to share this to show you what my business page looks like here we go, on mobile device. And you can see my screen, right? So you can see when I took a screenshot from my iPhone, this whole image you can see this whole image, right? But if I hadn't used the right parameters, you would only see, I'll show you now, you would only see this part of the image. You would only see this part of the image. It would be cut off. So all of my real estate, people wouldn't see my message, that would be cut off. They wouldn't see what I would do. Basically, they would just see half of my logo, half of me, and just half of my tagline and nothing else, okay? So what I will send you after this call is I'll send you this piece of information that is very, very useful to you, and it's the sweet spot of the exact size of how to create your cover image that is both viewable perfectly on desktop and on mobile. And that size is 820 by 360 pixels. And I'll send you, I promise to send this great tip, and I'll send you the exact pixels so that you can look at it in your own comfort, and design it when you go into a photo editor and design it so that it shows up exactly how it should be on desktop and on mobile. And here again, I give an example. This is part of the tutorial that I go through in the workshops, where we really get into the nitty gritty and hands-on work of developing your Facebook business page. So that is really important. And just with those 3 tips, if you come away with nothing else from this like Power Masterclass, if you can just implement these 3 tips on your Facebook business page and your Facebook personal page, you will be really a step above most people, and you'll be really exposing yourself and your business in the utmost way to people that you want to connect to online and on Facebook. So I hope that really, really helps. And so I'm going to now move into the second part of this Power Masterclass, and that is how to create content for your social media platforms. So now that we've established that Facebook is your major platform, right, and you've got it running, and I'm going to stop my share. You've got it running, and everything's being filled in. Your Facebook business page looks amazing. Your cover photo, all your company information has been added in with the correct keywords, and your services are there. And on the flip side, your personal page has been augmented as well to make sure that people know what kind of services and business you're in. So once you've got that platform set up, you're ready to go, and you're ready to start telling people about what you do, right, in story form. And this is really so important, and it comes back to the beginning of what I spoke about. It's not just being out there and telling people that you've got a sale going on, or that you've got a special offer for this month. It can be, but that should only be, they say the 80-20 rule. I'm sure that you're all familiar with that big marketing rule, that 80% should be, talking about and connecting with your audience, and then 20% should be sales and promotions. And I even go a step further to say it should be more than that. 90% should be about connecting with your audience and telling stories, and only 10% should be like a hard sale. So what I would highly suggest and recommend to you, and this again is what we really delve into in the second workshop that I give, is how to create compelling content that will resonate with your audience, is really think about, first of all, who your audience is, right? And what their pain point is. So I'll give you actually 3 tips about how to consider writing content for people that's not in a salesy way, but that will resonate with your message, and they will read your stories and will be so compelled with your authenticity and with the resonance that they find with your post, that they'll just want to work with you organically. So there won't be that salesy pitch that we need to do all the time to try and draw people towards us. Instead, we'll find the opposite effect happening. People are going to be magnetized more towards us. So when you think about writing content, think about these 3 points that I'm going to give you. One is why, and I hope that you can write this down. Why did you start your business in the first place? Okay, what is the foundation of your business? What is your raison d'etre? Like, why did you start? You obviously had a mission, you had a passion, and you had some kind of an inner deep voice saying that you want to do this. And it's an expression of who you are, and it's also a way of helping others to come to some kind of a resolution or happy place in their life. So I really recommend going back to what I call the foundations of marketing and looking into your big why, your big mission, and start creating and telling stories about why you started this business that will resonate with people. It's really, really important. You in fact don't understand how important it is for people to know what the background is, because the more people get to know, like, and trust you through reading your stories and experiences, the more they're going to want to work with you, right? That's just how we work. That is just how, as human beings, we operate. So one, if you can go back to your foundations and write down a couple of stories, connect back to your heart, back to your mission, back to your big why of, why you wanted to start this business. The second thing is to really try and connect with your target audience and understand what their pain point is. Write down, if you can, think of a story of how they came to you before. What were they like? What kind of a situation were they in before they came to you? In other words, why were they at this cutting edge of being so in need of help before they read your last post and they decided, okay, I'm going to come to you, you the person that's going to solve my problem, my pain point, that's going to make me sleep better at night. You, that person, I'm coming to you. So how were they before? What was the experience while they were with you? And how did they come out of it afterwards? What are they feeling like afterwards? And I know for me, the example of just my target audience of these, small entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, women business owners that feel exasperated with their social media, just like, Anne said to me before we were chatting on the call, she knows this is so important, but she doesn't know how to start. She doesn't know where to begin. And everything seems to be a mumble jumble. There's no clarity, there's no vision. And it just seems like a struggle. And so she just stops doing it, So that is my story before. I know that that's the pain point of the clients that come to me. They're just feeling frustrated. They don't know, and overwhelmed and confused. They don't know where to start with their social media, but they know that it's a big important step for their business. And so that is when they read my post, and my posts are all about telling stories on how to make this easier for you, how to get into a rhythm, how to be in control of your content. And so they read my post and they say, okay, I want to hear more from Yasmin. She sounds reliable. I'm going to jump onto this masterclass, or I'm going to contact her, or I'm going to get onto her email list, whatever, okay? And then afterwards, how are they looking at themselves afterwards? So I see that after I give my people either this workshop or one-on-one consulting, they find that they are so much calmer, that they're so much in control, that I would go so far as to say that they have brought the joy and the happiness back into their business and their marketing, because they know what they're doing and it's not such a struggle. Once you have your platform, your Facebook as your social media platform all worked out, and you've got a content plan of how to write content and how to deliver it, then it's a breeze, right? It's not a struggle anymore. Then you just want to do it more and more. And you see there's a snowball effect. People are contacting you. They're reaching out to you all the time. So that, in my case, that's my before pain point of my client during my session with them or my workshops. And then afterwards, the results that they get having gone through my services. So I want you to think about the same kind of scenario. How do people come to you, and what is the progress that they go through before and after being with you? Write it down and tell a few stories. And then the third thing is bring in actual customer success or client success stories. And again, I've spoken to a lot of clients about this, but if there needs to be some form of anonymity, people, you don't need to name names, so to speak. You can be anonymous and say, Mary K came to me or MK came to me with this problem. If, of course, you want to, you can get permission from a client and say, listen, can I write a success story or case story about, working with you? And they say, of course, then it's even better, so that you can name them and you can say where they live, and they can even comment, on your social media post or on your website or on the reviews of your Facebook page. So look back at who you've worked with and try and write 2 to 3 success stories or case studies of people that you can then post on social media, and you will be surprised how many people resonate with the same stories and say, oh my goodness, I went through the same thing. She understands exactly what I'm going through. She knows my pain. She knows, what I need. I'm going to contact her. So those are the 3 most important points about creating content for your social media platforms. And the other thing that we get into also in the workshops is how to lay it out and how to get organized and put a calendar together so that you don't go dark. You have to be a really important secret about social media is being consistent. So a lot of people start off and they get so excited and gung-ho about social media, and they land up posting every single day, sometimes twice a day. They just like on fire, and then slowly but surely that inspiration or, goes down and down, and they kind of run out of steam and they go dark on social media. And that's really one of the worst things that you can do, because people, then you're setting up an expectation, and people are learning to love, like, trust, get to know you, and then you suddenly disappear and they're like, what's going on? So I teach you also how to be consistent and how to really have a content calendar and post at least 3 times a week on your social media posts, to be engaged, to go out onto other people's posts and start commenting and start building relationships. These are the networks that we have to start building now that we all transitioning online. We all have to shift our businesses online and to have a more secure presence online, because this kind of landscape and scenario isn't going away anytime soon. I mean, COVID, unfortunately, is still with us, and we're not going to physical meetings anymore. It's just really difficult. And the only way we can get our message out, get our voice out, get people to know what we do is online. And you need to be consistent about that with your messaging. So I'm really hope that should give you some really concrete ideas and fundamental basic steps about how to, even today, you can, after this masterclass, go back and look at the notes you took and start implementing it today, tomorrow, over the weekend, and you'll start seeing the traction that you get absolutely immediately. You will actually be astounded how much traction you'll start getting. Before I take any questions, I wanted to just let you know that the workshops are starting on Wednesday, October the 28th is the first workshop on Facebook. It's 2 hours. It's more in depth, and you will finish that workshop. If you don't have a Facebook page, you will have a Facebook business page up and running by the end of the workshop. And if you do have a Facebook page, then you will have it completely augmented with all the tips and the keywords that you will have, so that people can find you with the right keywords in your title, in your @sign, so that when people search for your services, you will come up. So that's the first Facebook workshop. And then there's a follow-up 1 hour free Q&A session with me 2 days later on the Friday, because I know people have a lot of questions after they work on their Facebook pages. And so we can come together for an hour, and you can ask all the questions or kind of roadblocks that you've come up across putting your Facebook page together. So that's for 1 hour, and that's included. And then the next follow-up workshop is 2 weeks after that. It's on November the 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's all about creating content, how to delve into your mission again, how to write these stories, how to reach out to your network, how to create a content calendar, and then lots of tips and ideas of how to engage with your audience, like how to ask questions and how to do give inspirational quotes and just get that engagement going, right? So that people can connect with you, and then how to take them onto another platform called Messenger and start connecting with potential clients one-on-one to bring in business. So that's the second workshop on creating social media content. And I will send you, I will put the page here in the chat. And I actually know I have to change the dates on the landing page, but I will send it to you in a follow-up email so that you have it. And both the workshops, both 2-hour workshops, and each workshop with a 1-hour follow-up Q&A call is $597 for 2 of the workshops, which is only like $300 a workshop. And I've made it that way. I've done these group workshops because it's made it so much more affordable for small business owners to come and work with me and to get the value of a one-on-one consultation. And what I would usually be doing with my clients, I've turned into a group workshop and dropped the prices radically so that it's affordable for everyone. So 2-hour workshops, 1-hour follow-up calls are $597 for both of these. So I hope that you will think of joining me and start promoting and marketing your business with a strong online presence, because that's what we need right now. We really just don't have a choice, you know, to expand our business and our message. So I'm so great. If any of you, it's just wonderful to see you all. And if anybody has any questions, please jump on and ask away. Now's the chance. Anne, come on.
Okay, so my question is, in the content, I assume this is where it would happen anyway, in the content one, in addition to talking about like a social media calendar, do you also talk about the tools that you can use? Like I believe that, let's say, like I know once a month for a week, I'm going to be really depressed. And so I can set up, I'm just going to pull something out of the air, Hootsuite, right, to be doing that work for me during that week when I'm depressed. And then I can pick it back up again later.
Yes, very good question. Absolutely. So I do go over different tools that you can use to make it easier to post. So when you mention Hootsuite, I don't know if anybody is familiar, but Hootsuite is a social media management tool. It's free, that allows you to schedule your posts, okay, ahead of time. So it's very convenient. You can write your posts and you can schedule them on Facebook business page, on your personal profile, on Instagram. And it's very, very useful. And there is a caveat to this, and that is that Facebook does not really like it when we use a third-party vendor to post our posts. It goes down in their ranking. They want you to use the native application Facebook, but that isn't a stumbling block, and I'll tell you why. It's not a stumbling block because you can still schedule your posts on Facebook. First of all, you can connect your Facebook business page and your Instagram profile, okay, at the back end of Facebook. But second of all, you can also schedule your posts on Facebook, right, which is really, really useful. So I, in fact, don't even use Hootsuite anymore. This is my modus operandi. I schedule my posts on my business page and on Instagram through the back end. And then once they go up and they've posted, I then copy and paste that onto my personal page, right? I just work out my own rhythm of what works, but I know that that works well for me. So first it goes up on my business page. I see it there. I know it's been posted, and I get a ping and a reminder that it's there. And then I go and post it on my personal page. It's not that difficult. And then the other tool that I do walk you through in the workshop is a really incredible graphics tool called Canva. I don't know if you have heard of it. Yeah, I don't know, it's the best thing since sliced bread, this thing, this online app, and it allows you to create any kind of post for social media, and it's got all the dimensions of a social media post already there for you, so you don't need to worry about the dimensions. It's just like pick and choose. You want to post for Instagram, click here, start designing. You click here, you bring in your text. You click here, you bring in an image. You click here, you change the background color. You can bring in emojis, GIFs, whatever, and then you can create an image for your cover page. You can create an image for Facebook. It's just the best thing ever. You can do it really quickly and have compelling, beautiful images for social media. So that's another tool that I go over in the workshop.
Thank you. Because you're posting, and that was my other question, was posting on, does the Facebook algorithms, if you post in your business page and then post it over onto your personal page, that doesn't count against you. It's not.
It doesn't count against you. No, it doesn't count against you. But what Facebook doesn't like is when on your personal page, when you start posting links, and I am guilty of that too, because sometimes you can't help it, but I do a lot of experimenting with my clients. And what Facebook does not like, and not many people know this, is that when you post a link and it brings up the image of that link into the image space of Facebook. I don't know if you know what I mean, but it's really important to upload a completely separate image and just have the link in your Facebook page. Because Facebook thinks that you're doing business that way, or you're promoting a business that way, and they don't like it according to what they say. They want to build relationships. They want to foster connections between people. And when you insert a link and it brings it up, or by default, they don't like that. So they won't push that into the newsfeed. I've seen that with Joan. I've seen that with so many customers and with myself. That's another tip that we'll go over in the workshop.
Okay.
Can you explain it again? You mean like if I bring a link from YouTube that is taking the...
Yes. Let me share my screen quickly. I'll show you on my Facebook personal page. For example, when you're on Facebook, and just drop this a bit. When you're on your personal page on Facebook, hang on, it's going to bring it up. It's a little bit slow because we are on Zoom. Here we go. So, for example, okay, let me show you an example here. This is an example where I posted about this masterclass, right? And here is the link. Here's the one link to the landing page, and here's the other link, right? But what I did, and then if I would have left it like that, Facebook would have automatically taken one of these links and put it here in the space for an image, right? But I didn't want that to happen because they know that that's then a business post, so to speak. So I created this graphic in Canva, and I inserted it like an image, okay? And that will give me much more reach than it will if Facebook would have taken this link and the picture that's associated with it. So I'll show you an example. If I copy and paste this and I go into creating a new post, I'm just going to do this and then do this and put the link here. Can you see that? Can you see that Facebook automatically takes this link and puts the photo there of what this is, right? And then I post it, and that's what it looks like. So instead, I just delete that and I exit out and I say I don't want them to automatically default to what comes up here. I want to choose my own photo, and I click photo and I go into photo here and I click one of the photos that I've chosen, that I've created here in Canva, which so happens to be this. and then I post it. And that's much better for us to do it that way than to post a link. But then you still have the link here that is absolutely clickable, that people can click onto. So do you understand what I mean? That's a really key differentiator to getting your posts higher pushed into the newsfeed with a higher ranking.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions before we jump off? I want to be cognizant of your time.
As I'm selling a physical product and not, it's not a service, and it's considered as a luxury. I mean, it's not like food or basic products. So sometimes I find it hard to, what problems I'm solving to my customers. I can think of a gift that they're looking for, but otherwise it's kind of hard. I mean, what problems can they have to choose my product to solve it?
Well, it's interesting, but that's not true, because when you think of them and you think of the times that we're in now, what are we all looking for? We're looking for a little bit more love for ourselves. We're looking for a little bit more space. We're looking for a chance to get out of this like kind of fearful mode and to really to spoil ourselves a little bit with beauty and with something that's artistic and something that's been handcrafted, if that's what speaks to you, which it does to me. I would very much like to buy a beautiful ceramic handcrafted bowl that would look so beautiful in my living room, because I haven't changed my living room since COVID, and I would like to change it around with spoiling myself with something new in these times, you know. So there's always a way to look at it. It doesn't have to be an extreme pain point, but it can be something like just spoiling yourselves, just stepping it up a little bit, you know. Give yourself a break in these times. Buy yourself a gift, you know, expand yourself, or buy a gift if you want to do something nice for others in these times where it's so hard what we're going through. Try and love, give something to other people, you know, buy something, a gift. There's nothing more, you know, and it depends on what you make, but how beautiful is it to get a handcrafted ceramic gift, or a set of 6 new coffee mugs that you make, you know, or a dish or a bowl or a sculpture that is so meaningful. So there's so many ways that you can spin it and get people to think about how they can spoil themselves in these times, or their family, or their mom, or their cousins, or their grandma, or their whoever, you know. Lots of different ways you can spin it. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me. It was just a pleasure to be with you, and I really hope that you got use out of this. I'll be following up with an email, and I'll send you the recording so that you can listen to it again. If you didn't take a lot of notes, or if you lost some things, please, it's there forever. You can listen to it as many times as you want, and I'll send the link to my workshops. And if you've got any questions, or you have anything to ask me about the workshops, please don't hesitate to reply to me by email, or to, you know, ping me on social media. I'm very responsive, and I'll answer any and all of your questions that you have. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you'll be able to join me and to get yourself online, get your message out there, and just bring the joy back into your marketing. It's so much fun. I promise you, it's not hard. It's not difficult. You don't need to be a huge technological whiz and know this technology. It's really simple when you know how.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Have a fantastic day, guys. We'll speak soon.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.